Ruth Kadiri. I'm sure you've either heard her name or you've seen her movie. But the question is, who is this woman and what is with all the hype? To fully understand it, let's explore a little backstory. So, you're nestled in the warmth of your Nigerian home, surrounded by family, munching a plate of egusi soup and eba, watching Nollywood classics with the likes of Mr. Ibu, may his soul rest in peace, Sam Loco, Victor Isuagu, Aki and Popo, and the rest of other legends. Those were the days when we would gather around in our neighbor's house late at night just to watch movies. But let's not forget the laughter and entertainment those movies brought.
Ruth the non-stopper, international, one chief rocker, like a Pipi Helmet, jiggy jiggy, biggy biggy, heavy heavy, baby do you want me?
Laying the groundwork of what we now know today as old school Nollywood. Now, fast forward a few years and we are graced with a new class of movies, the new school Nollywood, where we're knee-deep in youthful vibe, campus tales, and a fresh batch of stars like Peter Dominic, Tonto DK, and the rest of them. And boy, the things escalate quickly. From well-thought-out cinema hits like 30 Days in Atlanta to Netflix originals like King of Boys, Blood Sisters, Namaste Wahala, just to name a few. Nollywood was on a roller coaster and the hype was no joke. Now, having two distinct types of movies simply meant that there was a divide in the audience locally. Nollywood movies now had two generic audiences. The old school consisted of older viewers who don't mind watching what Nigerians popularly call Asaba movies. These are movies that have a high level of local culture in display. Asaba movies are also of very low quality production and they are relatively less expensive to produce. Those who like this predictable style that was popularized by the old school Nollywood, aka Asaba movies, where there was always a prince who disguised himself as a poor man and falls in love with a poor girl, and they go on to live happily ever after. You know how it is, it's always very predictable. Now, leading this class were actors like Destiny Etiko, Zubi Michael, and other amazing actors. On the other hand, the other half were individuals, mainly younger millennials and a few Gen Zs who had their Netflix, Amazon Prime and Showmax subscriptions. They were also the ones who flood the cinema rooms for premiere tickets of a movie that just drops. And judging by social media shenanigans, one would believe that everyone in Nigeria is a part of the new school because of how loud and active they are on social media. However, the data suggests something totally different. Now, surprisingly enough, not up to 40,000 people in Nigeria have their Netflix or Showmax subscriptions. If you pay close attention, you will find out that between the new school and the old school, there was a gray area. Now, considering that we live in an era where young people are addicted to an enormous amount of dopamine and more often than not are not ready to spend money for it, a new group of people capitalized on this trend, thereby emerging the middle school. Now, the middle school Nollywood are millennials and Gen Zs that are not already consumed by Netflix, nor are they interested in the old school Asaba movies. This group would rather just have a chill evening streaming on YouTube, sipping on the nostalgia with series like Best Friends in the World, High School Magical, just to mention a few. These love team movies were just perfect for the audience that were predominant in the gray area. And guess who is leading the charge? You guessed it right, none other than Ruth Kadiri, the powerhouse who is making waves with her channel. Ruth Kadiri 24/7. Seriously, no jokes. This woman is changing the game like nothing we've seen before. From movies like Mad Wife to Better Half, her movies are racking up views faster than you can say the word Nollywood. Ruth Kadiri saw this grey area that the old school and the new school Nollywood were not able to capitalize on, and positioned for them perfectly by launching Ruth Kadiri 24/7 in 2022. And this was only the beginning. Now, before you think this is all just smokes and mirrors, let me break it down for you. Since her emergence on YouTube in 2022, she has amassed over 200 million views on YouTube. If you're a YouTuber, you would understand how serious these numbers were. Every single video she drops racks up millions and millions of views effortlessly. If anything can be said for a fact, it's that Ruth Kadiri understands her audience like no other, and she engages them. She knows what they want, how they want it, and she delivers consistently. We're talking full-length movies dropping every single week, people. This is not just impressive, it is downright legendary. But Ruth Kadiri isn't the only star in this constellation. We've got names like Uche Mbonabo, Uche Nancy TV, and a whole bunch of other talented actors and directors shaking up the newfound industry. And let's not also forget our Gen Z crowd here, who grew up on Ruth Kadiri classics and are now binge watching her latest hits on YouTube. Some credit also needs to go to you guys, because without you, this evolution would never be possible. Whether you're vibing with the old school, riding the new school wave, or you're just chilling in the middle with our dear old sister Ruth, one thing is for sure, Nollywood is evolving, and we're here for every twist and turn of it. If there's anything to take away from their inspiring story, is that it's never too late to start. So now the instruction is very simple. Put your best foot forward and just start. I'm Zosia. See you in the next one. Peace.